Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Romance of the Three Kingdoms. We're going to be playing Romance of the Three Kingdoms 14, and this is the video where you guys should know where we do a call to arms, where I essentially show you the character editor, you tell me you won, and I put you in the game, and you become one of my officers, or not. You tell me where you want to go, and I put you there. So, this is the 14th installment. Obviously, it's the 14th game, but, yeah, it's been a while since I last did Romance of the Three Kingdoms. I've been meaning to do Romance of the Three Kingdoms for a long time. When I first got my newish computer, the one before this, the one that kind of just didn't work, and I had to send it back and get another one, which is the baby I've got now, which has been with me for nearly oh god, has it been 2 years? It's been 2 years. Can't believe I've had this PC for 2 years, but it's been 2 years. And I was meant to do one pretty much when I got the first of the two computers I was meant to get. When obviously I sent that one back, I'd redeemed the code for Romance of the Three Kingdoms 11 again, which is a game that is one of my all-time favorites, Romance of the Three Kingdoms. I then had to rebuy it, and when I did rebuy it and I put it on my new machine, I actually just completely forgot to do it. And by forgot, I do mean forgot, but I also mean kind of just lacked interest at the time. But luckily, a video of Grimmith came across my beautiful beautiful sub box. He was playing RTK6 or RoTK6, and I just had to play the newest game. I had to. So because this was on sale, I decided to get it. And I always like to play the newest game as well as maybe play an older one. But we're going to be playing the newest game for one reason, as I've got one save that I've played for about pretty much the entire time I played this, about 10 hours. And I've only got 9 cities out of all of them. And I'm really enjoying it. Now, I am going to be playing as Liao for the main campaign. I was doing this. This was meant to be my test run, and it became kind of a really long game that I was just playing with a friend of mine. Like, she was watching, I was playing. It's my mod from the Twitch, if anyone knows it. Jezioff, Jamie, whatever. She was the one who was, you know, I was kind of just playing it, and she was watching while she was doing something else, because, you know, what else are you going to do when you hang out? But yes, so I'm going to be playing as Liao, and I've got a couple of officers ready. My character and his wife and their son. Now, this is going to be pretty simple, pretty much. If you guys know, if you guys have done this before, if you guys have come back from ages ago of watching me, thank you, first of all. That's awesome. But we're going to be, like I said, we're going to be doing this the same way as usual. The only difference is we've got a lot more to go through, and I don't have any way of giving you the traits, the tactics, or the doctrine / policies in the description. I wanted to. That's why I kind of put this off for a few days, thinking, oh god, I'll find one. There isn't any. This video may well be half an hour of pure information. If you guys are into that, you can skip about. I'll try to put. I will actually try and do the stuff where you can like check mark each thing in the video, and so each chapter, so you can keep going back to the beginning of the if you're writing in the comments, you can write what you write in, copy and like make sure you've saved it or copy it, like, you know, Control C it so you can, you know, go back to the part of the video, do whatever you need to. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to remember to do it. If I haven't done it when you guys are watching, shout at me. I am pretty much at home until the end of Christmas, until the end of like the month, so I should have time. The same rules apply as last time. When it comes to ability scores, try to have around 375, 400 split between them. I would much prefer 375, but 400 is the fairer of the two options because overpowered officers are awesome. Your character's name, please try and keep it Chinese related. If not, have it an abbreviation username, nothing obscene or anything like that. But if you do have a Chinese name, I will put your name in the biography and anything that you know that will fit in here. So try to make your little backstories or biography short, and I'll put them in. I didn't actually say the date we're going to be playing as. Oh, that's my bad. So we're either going to be playing during the Anti-Dongzhuo Coalition or the Warlords period, because this period is kind of meh, and this period is kind of meh. Everyone's a lot stronger, but it's a little bit more not as fun. I much prefer either the Warlords, where we'll put ourselves in a medium or maybe a large city. I don't really know. I did start down here in my own little game, so I'm probably going to put myself somewhere there's a little bit more combat straight away. Or in the Anti-Dongzuo Coalition, I will, again, put myself probably somewhere a little bit more useful. But we'll see. But anyway, let's focus on the character creator for now. So this is going to be the start of, like, if I do put in, this will be, like, the start of the character creator thing. So, like I said, name, try to keep it Chinese. If it's a username, that's cool. When it comes to the biography, and I'll put your name there if you've got a different, if you've got, like, your character's name isn't a reflection of your username, which is fine. And then, yeah, I'll put it all in the biography. Make sure you keep your biography short. We'll worry about the later, but that's sort of covers name. We're going to do portraits last because they're the most annoying, and there's a stupid amount of them. But character voices. So at the moment we have female and male. So I'll just give a quick run through of them as I'll be quiet. You guys basically will pick and that'll be your guys' voice. It's pretty simple. I feel like this is like the 4th time I've done this, and I still feel like it's, even with every time I've done it, I still feel like as stupid as the last time, which is hilarious. But anyway, let's go through the voices and we'll see what they are. So that's your brutish. That's your heroic. Get your brave. You're dignified. Arrogant. Polite. Strategic. You're crafty. And you're normal. And then with the females we've got brave. Wise. Bewitching. And normal. Now, once select one of those, please do keep male and, you know, keep it aligned with your portrait, just for the sake of this is. I don't want this to be memes. I want this to be fun. Now, when it comes to your stats, you have 375 to depict. So, essentially, you could lay your stats out like that. I would recommend fully against it. I'd recommend having 80s also and everything, because in this game, you need, like, a well-rounded officer is a lot better most of the time than a heavy in one area. Not saying that that's not a good thing. It's just that you'll understand what we play, but I'd recommend it. So now it's time for traits. I hate traits because there's so many of them. So I am not going to explain the traits to you. I am going to simply show you them, because if I explained every trait, we would be here for upwards of an hour or two. There is a lot of them, and that's my mouse on auto scroll. Like, I've got a G502, so I can just unlock the mouse, like scroll wheel. There's a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically just scroll through them, pick a maximum of 5. The explanation is actually pretty much very simple. If you guys need any help, just tell me what part of the video, and I'll try and help you the best I can in the comments. It's actually going to be a lot easier that way because of the sheer number of them. It's really hard to explain them all easily. But stuff like disallow is like, so to give it like context, so disallow, pursuit, retreat, and like stuff like that. Ooh, ow. I just got to stop smacking my mic. They are simply commands in the game. So it's not something you have to, it's something that I can explain simpler in a comment than going into now, because it's going to take up time of the video we don't really need. But basically, it's the type of commands that are allowed when you're on. This is for ambitious, just to give you an example of stuff I will do in the comments, is essentially disallow and retreat are 2 different options inside of the post commands. That is when you send out an army, or when you click on an army to give it an order for that 10 days. That is it. It's as simple as that. It just means that you're not allowed to select these because of your trait. Now, please have upwards of 5. Please have up to 5 traits. If you want to have less, please do. I don't care. Honestly, whatever you guys are happy with, I don't mind. All my characters have 5 traits. It's fine. Just gives you a little bit more of a feel. But please try to pick ones that make sense. Don't, just like I said, don't be memey. There's nothing wrong with memes, but From Us to the Three Kingdoms deserves the love of, like, real attention. But, so here we go. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm just going to slowly... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down to So Benevolence at the top, and then we'll stop there for a few seconds. So you guys can have a quick read of all these. And if I see anything that I should point out, like cautious is the same as ambitious again, so don't have to worry about that. But if I see anything that I feel like needs explanation, I will explain. But like I said, just pause the video if you want any of these traits. I want to read them. It's definitely the best interest. I do apologize if any of you would have to do that. It's not the most fun. I appreciate that. But yeah, so again, these are all pretty much self-describing, which is very good. It's just a shame there's so many of them. I also don't know how long this video is going to be, so hopefully under the half-an-hour mark, because if it is, easier for you guys to get to, but we'll see. But yeah, other than that, like I said, the traits are one of the most important things as well, because they are a big part of how your character acts in the world. It actually adds to me like quite a bit, especially because I'm going to be, instead of doing what I do in normal games where I just go through it, I'm going to try to add a little bit more of a feel to it and try and make use of officers better than I have been in my own game, because I've just been chucking them around. But again, all of these are self-explanatory. I do apologize. I don't really have much to say. So, you know, it's going to be as simple as, yeah, just looking at these. But they are really, to be fair, like I said, this game is really good. It doesn't have the best rating on Steam right now because it seems to have took a long time to get running, but it also doesn't have the best DLC stuff. I haven't touched any of the DLC personally, but the game itself is really fun. It reminds me of a lot of RoTK 11, and I do apologize. I'm just going to be talking through this shit while showing you these, so I do apologize. If you are looking through the traits and do want me to shut up, just mute the video. It's okay. You're good. But yeah, this reminds me a lot of RoTK 11 and a bit of RoTK 13, but like hardly. They seem to have just completely veered. Like RoTK 13 seems to have just come to a stop, and RoTK 11 seems to have branched out and created 14, but kind of stripped some of the features and put different ones in its place. It's a very weird system, but it's really good. But there we go. We'll go down to the next set. We're nearly halfway. Look at that. And these, this is one of the couple of long lists we've got to go through. But luckily, like I said, this game does a really good job of describing these things. But if you guys need any help, please do not hesitate to message me in the comments. I will do my best to get there for you, to be there and help. But yeah, and if they're grayed out, it just means that you're the wrong sex for those abilities. So do not worry. Those abilities are there, and I apologize. I'm just going to take a drink. It is a bottle, so I do apologize. It's going to be pretty loud. But also, like, any abbreviations, ZOC should be pretty obvious, so hopefully you guys will know that. Let's put heroic to the top. Okay. I must admit, I am very happy with how many, how many traits there are. It adds a good stuff. It's just really annoying to go through. It is what it is, though. It is one of the many things you have to accept for a good game. Yeah, we'll leave that there. But yeah, like I said, hopefully you guys are looking forward to it. I do apologize it's been so long since I've done a Romance of the Three Kingdoms game. I really wish it hadn't been so long, but I think it's a big part of my ADHD is sometimes I just, which if you didn't know, I have got ADHD and I've had it for years. It's not really a big issue. It's more just it dictates how I play games. If you notice like a series that ever drop off on the channel, it's just because I've probably, in my ADHD brain, has just been like, nah, I'm bored of that now, I'm going to do something else. So I really wholeheartedly am thankful for anyone who does watch, and the more you guys give, the easier it is for me to keep pushing, giving it out. But yeah, so still don't see anything I really need to explain, which is good. Let's keep going. Rejuvenator, I think. We'll leave Rejuvenator on. There we go. That way I feel like I'm still making sure you guys haven't missed anything. There is a lot of features in this game that I will go through as well. I was thinking of playing the tutorial for videos, but I decided against it. I did that on my own because I wanted to know how to play the game for you guys, so I could explain any of these things you need to know. Still don't know most of them, but yeah. We're nearly out of the traits, and we're going to be into some more entertaining stuff. But yeah, like I said, it's really hard to cover traits on this, I think. It's just there's so many traits, and traits are very easily explained. But it is what it is. Now, if any of you do want, if any of you guys want to have wives and children, please do make sure you make them at the same time as you make your actual character, preferably in separate comments, so I know one character is one, and I don't have to do effort. I hate effort. Effort is annoying. But yeah, please do make your characters wives, brothers, stuff like that, but please try to be respectable and try not to pick the best pictures all the time, like for your secondary characters. I'd say a limit of like 3 characters for one person, purely because it's been a while since I've done this. I don't know how the response is going to be. So, if need be, I will try to find more artwork and just throw it in the game that I know is usable and free. But still, let's keep moving. Yeah, very close to the end now, which is good. If anybody wants to take this trait, please do. It's a great trait. I feel like everyone should have that trait. I feel like that should be mandated. I'm joking. It's a very good trait, actually, for the game, but I am joking. But yeah, please, like I said, make 2 characters, or 3 characters at most. And like I said, just try to be... Just try to think about everyone else, whoever might else want to comment. So when it comes to other stuff, I'll go over then. Try to give yourself options, you know. Not for like traits or anything like that, specifically for the portraits, but we'll get to that as soon as we get to that. Okay, very, 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 very close to being done now, which is great. I don't know if some of these traits applies if you're the officer or if you're the ruler, but hopefully I think they all apply when you're officers as well as a ruler, which is great. But like I said, if it doesn't, and I will still give you the trait. And there we go. There is all of them. So, those are all of your traits. I'll leave this on for a few more seconds, like I said, just to give you something to look at, and make sure you've got them. Now, if any of you guys do not understand, if any of you didn't catch any of them, please, like I said, message me, and I'll see if I'll try. If I'm at home and I'm free, I'll boot up the game and have a look for you. But those are all the traits. So another thing down. So now we're going to go on to doctrine and policy. So this is probably it's going to bring you to, if I actually remember to do it. Let's go to it. So 6 doctrines. These I don't understand too well myself, but they're essentially the doctrine, or they are how your character deals with like their basically it's for a ruler. It's not really something you need to worry about too much as far as I know, but basically it's what your character focuses on. So noble is a well-rounded administration. Might specifically focuses on the supportive aspect and your battles. So fight and the supporting aspect of like your entire kingdom. And fetid is the battle and your officers. Local is officers and your domestic stuff. Fame, schemes and support. And then confusion, domestics and schemes. It's pretty self-explanatory, I would say, but it's pretty much just how your officer works. It's like a leader and an officer. It's what they are best at focusing on. So, yeah. It's something to take into effect of what type of man or what type of person your officer is. And now policy level, I would say try to don't always go for 5. It's not always the best because sometimes you won't be able to fit into administration. So I would say, obviously, you guys feel free to pick how effective you think your officer would be at the job. Try to roleplay it a little bit. Don't just try to go for 5 because I did that and I actually think I fucked up on that one. But let's go have a look through the policies. There is a little less of them, but they are pretty simple. Now, there are triggered effects, and basically, for the most part, it will read in the comment. So, we've got strengthening fish, arrow, goose, ring, crane, owl. They are all battle, as it says, they are effective battle formations. What the formations do will be covered in a minute, but they are essentially strengthening of that in the entire force if you are in the administration. Now, the same with the siege weapon, increases all of the siege weapons, which are again formations, the tower around the catapult. We don't have different unit types this time. We don't have different, like, it's not like 3 Kingdoms for 11 where you have cavalry, spears, pike, bows, and then a siege weapon. This, essentially, you just have siege weapons and then different types of formations. And you basically use all the same equipment. Reorganized military is essentially upgrades the morale limits, which is pretty... I've put that, let's just quickly go out of there because it's in the wrong order. There we go. And then obviously you've got supply lines, which are very important. Now, I would say that if anyone is very interested in support, and also these departments show if they're basically, if you're picking might, so you should focus on support and battle, try to get something that is either battle or support for your character so they actually makes more sense and fits them. But yeah, so that's good. So you've got developed facilities, so given level, so basically you can then build these specific buildings because there is a lot of building outside of settlements. And then basically the rest are pretty much as simple as well. So like fire attacks, you can then do fire ships, fierce fire traps, develop shipbuilding, cities durability and recovery, which is, wait, what? I don't understand why that, okay. Some of them, just read the explanation. The explanation isn't more accurate than the name. So basically that's pretty much the best way. And I'm just going to quickly scroll through these a little quicker than the other ones. Because these ones are, like I said, they're a little bit more self-explanatory. If there's something you don't understand, just give us a message and I'll help you understand it. It is pretty, at least I'd hope to say it's pretty much easy to understand. But then again, not everyone's the same. So, but there you go. But yeah, pretty much pick what you would like and we'll go from there. And then pick the level of your policy. So level 1 or level 5 or anywhere in between. All up to you. And now we've got tactics, which is essentially something that is what you use in combat. Now this is where the tactics will bring you. If you click on that chapter of the video, hopefully I remember how to do that. But let's go. So you've got a lot of tactics. Now there are associated types. There are strength and intelligence tactics, and they have 2 effects. 1 or 2 effects. Typically, damage is one of the effects. Now, I'm going to, again, like I did, I'm going to scroll through, and if I see anything that is important, I'll go over it. Again, I apologize the way I'm doing this. I feel like this is the simpler of the 2 methods to try and keep the video short enough for you guys to, you know, be able to go through and make a character and feel like you've done something without spending a lot of time on it. You know, it's not always the most fun to spend a couple of hours doing something when, you know, you could be working, you could be doing other stuff, you could be very busy. You don't want to have to spend like 2 hours of your own time pissing about on this. Fully understand. So let's focus on this right now. So the very simple is applies disorder is essentially it is as they say, it applies that status effect to the unit. Sim restrained, it basically enables them to move. And the rest of these are pretty much, they have new damage, they are attacked, they are attack or a long distance. So basically you know how and when they are used. So let's go down. What was the iron wall? Was the bottom one? Let's go down to that. So again, demolish is again something used on a city. Oh yeah, enemy assault base. Oh no, sorry, that basically. Okay, that I don't know. Oh, it's the. So that is one of the skills of the army. I know what that is. My brain was kind of failed a little bit there. So there is different stats on an army. So the siege is an army, demolish, assault. There are different stats of an army depending on your formation. So basically, if you increase the demolish, you decrease the enemy assault. It basically, you are balancing the abilities. So that's how it works. Now they work different formations have different things, but essentially just pick what you think sounds cool. That's what I would say. This also shows if it's anti-base. Demolish is a base destroying skill. Siege, weirdly enough, is how you kill units in front of it in a city. So that's something to be interested about, to know about. Now these skills activate on their own. I don't believe there's a way yet of me forcing them to be done. But yeah, it's as simple as I haven't figured that out, but I will figure it out. But yeah. It's one of those things. It's a good thing. Like I said, pick up to 10 of them. So these are 10. So just basically go nuts. I wouldn't say always have 10. I'd say probably maybe have 5 or 5 to 10. I'd say at least have 5. You want a good roster of them to pick from because they're very important. Especially if you're going to be leading armies, you want to make sure you've got these. But do also make sure you pay attention to the associated ability because that ability will be strengthened or weakened depending on your ability in the actual associated, depending on your abilities, associated abilities score. So if you've got a 10 in strength and you pick Expedition Ingress, my brain just suddenly froze there, it would be lessened, the effect would be lessened because you don't have as high associated ability. So do make sure to pay attention to that. It's very important. But yeah, we'll just quickly scroll through the rest of these. So like I said, these are your next ones. Like I said, there shouldn't be anything like that I need to cover. Everything should make sense as it is for now, which is great. But like I said, if anything you don't know, please give us a message and I'll do my best to get back to you as quickly as physically possible. But I'm not always the best, so please do give me time. If I don't message back, just go on my Discord and message me on there. Give us a ping on Discord. That's probably the easiest way to get to me, is just message me on Discord. So it's up to you. If you guys aren't part of the Discord, that's fine. Just feel free to give us a message down below. But let's yeah, keep going. I don't think there's anything... No, like I said, there's, again, at this point, I've got, like, the simplest things have been over, so we're all good. It's actually, I'm pretty confident that you guys are going to be creating some really good characters for us today. If you guys do not want to be in my force, please do let me know, and I'll make sure to not put you there. But the rest of you will be put straight into the force if that's where you want to go. I believe there is also a way to make you wandering, so just let me know if you want to be wandering as well. You will more than likely end up in my force if if I can help it. But yeah, officers are very important in this one. It seems to be just as important as Romance 3 Kingdoms 11. It seems to be scarily important, at least to me. Whereas in 13, it was important, but I felt like I could dick around a lot more, which is... I'd actually say it's really cool. It took me 2 attempts to get the current playthrough that I'm doing on my own anywhere, which is says a lot, really. But there we go. Those are all the tactics. Please do, like I said, select at least 5, but feel free to go all the way up to 10. Like, it doesn't bother me. I'm happy as long as you guys are enjoying yourselves. But yes, that is all the tactics. Now, it's time for the formations. These are what you can enact in battle. They're essentially capable of doing different things, such as some occupy more squares at once. That'll be covered when we actually play the game. Essentially, it's a very interesting mechanic, and I like it. But basically, a fish is a field battle role. Tactics are difficult to activate, but assault and defense are very high, especially suitable for land battles, like it says. And again, the arrow is very... Tactics are easy to activate, and maneuver and assault are high. So basically, that's excellent for surprise attacks. So arrows you can like move around, like, you know, flank with. Goose is excellent for long range, but it's kind of low defense. So do not try to keep the goose backed up. And goose also cannot capture enemy targets. So there is always a pro and a con. Ring maneuver is low, but defense is very high. Cannot become involved in duels. So that's ring is actually very useful because I think I've lost no duel specifically, but the enemy has lost a duel to me because they were, and because of that, their entire fortress got wiped, which was quite funny. Crane is essentially basically what you build for the vanguard as you throw them in front of your army. So as they march, they are able to capture more land for you to use as your supply line. Snake is an essentially amazingly good in the mountain in the woods, but other than that, it's really bad. Owl is essentially the flatland version of Snake, but you cannot use tactics. So it's one of those ones where if you really want to have got a tactic heavy character, Owl may not be the best for you, but it is definitely a good one. But it is very, very fast, and is essentially, if Arrow is your flanker, Arrow is your flanker, Owl is where you go all the way around and smash. It's like that is your hammer of the anvil. Now Tower, Ram, and Catapult are pretty much self-explanatory. They're all siege weapons, but Towers to kill troops, Rams reduce the durability of the cities, and Catapult does both. Towers are better, in my humble opinion. Now, I would pick a full 5, purely because it's important, and it's really good to have multiple different choices. You can learn stuff in the game as well. I don't know if you can learn formations. I haven't really gone into the learning system a lot. But I know you can learn tactics. So if you guys don't pick all of the tactics, you can learn some, so that's good. That's why I said get 5 to 10. But when it comes to formations, I would pick 5 straight away. And I would recommend trying to keep them all around the same type of... try and focus on something that your character would be good at. Like, would you be good at assault? Would you be good at, you know, siege, demolish? Pick a skill, run with it, and then that way you've got like a dedicated position in the army and you'll be used more. Now that is it for traits, doctrine, tactics, and formation. Now we get on to the second most complicated part, lifespan. I'm joking, this is the easiest part. We're going to be playing, like I said, at the latest, the Warlords, and the earliest, the Anti-Dongzhuo Coalition. When it comes to your lifespan, I will be throwing them... Basically, you know what, you guys pick. I would say 90 at max. And I'd say... Feel free to go as low as 30 if that's what you want. But do try to make sure you're at least 16 by Warlords. Now, you can be younger than 16 if we do play the Anti-Dongzhuo Coalition. That's fine. It just means you will pop up later and I can't assign you anyway. You will pop up somewhere in the place. And that's great. Now, when it comes to lineage, it's essentially picking any characters you want as your sworn siblings, associates, spouses, mothers, and fathers. Feel free to mess with that as much as possible. I will let you know if it's okay or not. And confidants, essentially friends, and adversaries, people you're not too friendly with. It's pretty simple. And now we've come to the single hardest part, which is why I left it to the last, because it is also the most important, technically, because it's how you look. The portraits. Now, when it comes to the portraits, there is going to be row 1, row 2, row 3, so on and so forth, and then column 1 to 5. Okay, so let's have a look. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just slowly, like, there is a lot of them. There's a lot more than there used to be, which is good. Unfortunately for me, that is, because it means I have to show you them all. But yes, a lot of these are the same, and I'm just going to quickly scroll over them as I can, and just basically show you guys why I'm talking. Please do pick at least 3 options, from your preferred to your least preferred, but pick 3, because I don't know when I'm, like, how I'm going to be reading these comments. I may fuck up. I may see someone else's comment before yours, and I may put them in that, like, position. I apologize, it might happen. I will try not to. But just pick a couple, that way, if you do pick a couple, you've all got a nice big selection for yourselves. And that way, you get at least one picture that you're interested in. But yeah, do also try to keep your picture associated to your role. Like if you're more of an administrator, try taking one of the administrator pictures. It's up to you. I really don't mind. I just kind of like the aesthetic. I kind of like the look of seeing someone who's an administrator, and I'm like, I know what he's good at. It's all good. But yeah, there is a lot of them. Now, once I've shown all the pictures, I will count out all of the rows for you, so you guys can actually pick the right row, because right now, the way I'm doing it, you ain't going to be able to count the rows. And if you can, congrats. But if you can, but I would say, let me count them so that way I know I've done it right. There's definitely a lot of them. About half of those I'd say are the same as before. So there we go, we've got that. And now we're on to the female portraits, which I actually think are really good. Like, that one's really good, and that one's really good. And so is that one. Like I said, these are all just really good. There's actually a good spread of warriors and also, like you know, administrative women, which is really good. But yeah, this is the most important part of the entire game, is picking a portrait. This is what you're going to be seeing for the rest of the campaign. But there we go, that's all of them. So let's do this. So we've got row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, row 6, row 7, row 8, row 9, row 10, row 11, row 12, 13, 14, 15. So big scary dude's 15. Oh, fuck. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and then 32. So we've got 32 of these, and I believe there's a way of importing them. Please don't do that. That's just pick one of those 32 rows and then 5 columns. And that is all of the... That's all of it. At that point, you will have made an officer. Congratulations. Feel free, like I said, make a second or make 2 at once. And make a third if you want to. But please do be respectful of everyone else. And try to keep 1 character per comment. And do make sure your comments are all linked together, so I know that they're all, you know, the same. Like, they're all thing. Now, when it comes to the characters, I'm just going to throw us into the Warlord scenario. So, basically, I can have original officers appear. And I can position you wherever you'd like. So say I like Chen Luo, Ho, you can be positioned in any city in the world. So basically, just get the map of this game up. I know that it is somewhere. It's a quick Google way. I'll try to find it and put it in the comments. But just let me know where you want to be. If there's any specific forces like Cao Cao, Lu Ju, Ma Tang, Yuan Shao, Yuan Shu, Lu Biao, Lu Bei, Lu Bu, any of those you want to be in, and please let me know for each scenario, because I don't know which one we're going to be doing yet. I'll put you there. But that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. Sticking it out to the end if you did. Thank you very much. Give us a follow on Twitch and give us a sub on YouTube. Why not? And I'll even ask for a like. Fuck it, give us a like, because I'm only going to do that in this once, and it's because I'm kind of, I'm in a bit of a talk a lot mood apparently. But yes, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, and this will go up as soon as I've made every character, if I don't get any new comments. The initial date I was thinking was Boxing Day, but this could be, I might postpone this until the latest this campaign will start is the 30th of December. So get your characters done by the 26th. If you can't, if you guys want to wait to the 30th, let me know in the comments as well why you're making the characters, and we'll start the game on the 30th. But other than that, thank you guys for watching, like I said, and I will see you guys when we do the campaign. This has been the Call to Arms, and I'll see you guys when we go to war.